Hello, I am Dr. David DeRose, and we are so excited that you're joining us today. We're speaking about a life changing program, something that can make a difference for you and for those you love. It's called 30 Days to Natural Diabetes and High Blood Pressure Control. It's an absolutely free online program. And some of you have perhaps heard of the program before. It's something that I developed some years ago, but we're putting a great spotlight on it today because we've got an amazing guest. Opal Barrett, so good to have you with us on today's edition of the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Opal, you are someone who has some very personal connection with this program. Before we talk about that, tell us a little bit about your health background. Did you have either diabetes or high blood pressure?
When I went to my doctor in June of this year for my regular checkup, she said that I had prediabetes and that I had my blood pressure was 185 over 110. And so she put me on medication. Yeah. She was afraid I was going to have a stroke because I'm 68 years old.
No, I mean, that's a significant elevation of blood pressure. I mean, the higher the blood pressure is, you're exactly right, the greater the risk of things like stroke and heart attack. And at 185 over 110, that'll raise, I think, about every doctor's eyebrows. So you're put on a prescription medication. Tell us how it went from there.
Okay, I took the medication for 3 days and I was extremely weak and dizzy and I coughed all the time. So I called my doctor back and I said, could I please just try something else because I just can't take medication. I'm very sensitive to medication to start with.
Okay, so you asked her to help you get off medication. Did that have much traction with her, or did she kind of double down or change the medicine? What did she do?
No, she asked me, could she change the medication? And I really didn't want to do that. I told her that I would work really hard to try, if I could just make a lifestyle change or something. And she was hesitant, but then she had me make a diary and bring it to her every week because she was really concerned about me having a stroke.
So, okay, you've tried medication. You have really high blood pressure. Presumably, she was thinking, well, maybe it was just elevated in the office. Maybe you had this white coat, high blood pressure, so she's going to work with you, taking a log at home. What kind of numbers were you seeing?
My blood pressure at home was normally around 152 over 90. It stayed pretty much like that. If I drove the car or if I was doing any shopping, it would go up to 180, 170. It was just, I was in pretty big trouble.
Wow. So you've got significant high blood pressure. It's not really coming down with what you're doing. Uh, then you hear about the program that we put together some years ago called 30 Days to Natural Diabetes and High Blood Pressure Control. It's a free program online. Did you just come across it when you were surfing the internet, or how did you learn about it?
No, my friend Angela at church, I had asked for a prayer for my blood pressure problems, and she um, introduced me to this program and told me that she thought it would be helpful.
Okay. So had you and I ever met prior to that?
No, no.
Okay, so we're total strangers. You hear about
Yes.
this guy, Dr. David DeRose, and his program. So did you just check the program out, get other references? How did that work?
No, I just took her word for it and just started it right away.
Okay, so it's a 30-day program.
Mhm.
Tell those who are tuning in today, in your own words, how you would describe the program.
It's just amazing. I initially I thought that it was going to be, I'm sorry, boring or kind of out of my reach, my, what I expected, but it was amazing. It was simple and to the point and very, very useful, helpful.
So, for those who don't know how the program works, what I did probably 3, 4 years ago now, we had come out with the book 30 Days to Natural Blood Pressure Control. And this book was getting a lot of attention in Indian country, throughout the world, really. And it continues to be one of the top selling blood pressure books on Amazon. But one of my good Native friends was telling me something that's true of Native Americans as well as people of every other demographic. And that is, there's a lot of people in every population that are not going to read a book. And so, as we were talking about, especially making a difference in Indian country, we said, we need to come out with a short video series. So, what I did is I took many of the principles in that book, put it into short videos. We actually looked at the average length of the daily videos. They're only like 5 or 6 minutes long. I think they come out to just under 6 minutes on average. So when you got on the program, Opal, you were making a commitment to watch a roughly 6 minute video every day. Is that how you did it?
Yes, exactly.
Now, a lot of people say, wow, 6 minutes a day, I could handle that. But we want to give full disclosure here. You would watch the 6 minute video, but I would challenge you every day to do something different, right?
Yes, yes.
So tell me about something that comes to your mind that was different than you were doing that the videos challenged you to do.
Well, day one, be bold. I considered my condition, and I decided that day that I would give up sugar and excess salt. Those are the two things that I was going to work on, give up that day, and I did.
Wow, you're a fast learner. Because those points about sugar consumption and salt come later in the program, but from day one, when you just heard that message to be bold, you said, I already know some things I've got to do. I'm going to start doing them.
Right.
So how was that?
Well, I still craved the sugar. I still craved candy and chips and all that. And it was hard for the first maybe 4 days or so. But then after that, it just came natural to me. I put honey in my tea. I don't have any sugar at all or any cookies, cakes, or pies or anything like that. And it changed me.
This is so exciting to me. A lot of people are listening and they're saying, now, well, wait a minute. There's a lot of simple sugar and honey. But if they're listening to what you said, you made a dramatic change. You got away from all these desserts and other things, but you didn't totally get away from every sweetener. So this was not something extreme, but it was bold, wasn't it?
Right, right.
So tell me what's going on. You're following this program day by day, and did you watch a video every day?
Yes, yes.
And you did it for the whole 30 days?
Yes, I did. And I cut my caffeine on day 6.
Okay.
And I had a splitting headache for 3 days.
And you're still talking with me.
But it was worth it. It was worth it because now it's like years ago when my dad first got diabetes, I heard him tell my mother that, I feel a difference since I've cut out coffee. And I was a real coffee drinker. I mean, my husband was a truck driver, so we drank a lot of coffee. But those first 3 days was a little rough, but I made it through it, and I'm the better for it.
So what were you seeing? What was going on with your blood pressure as you're going on this 30-day journey?
Okay, it just gradually started going down. Like I said, it was normally 152 over 90. My first, actually like 3 days, I noticed it go down to 140, and I'm like, no, that's not right. And I had to keep rechecking because I check it 3 times a day.
Uh-huh.
And I was so excited. I called my doctor and I said, I'm down already. But yeah, it was a significant change just in the 3 or 4 days. It was just, I couldn't, I couldn't get over it.
Well, this is really exciting. Now, of course, not everyone responds as quickly as someone else, but you're getting this quick response.
Yes,
It's already down 3 days or a week into the program, and you're sticking with the program, though, a second week, a third week. You go through the whole program, and you started it back, you said, in June of 2021. Is that right, roughly?
yes.
Okay, and now here we are in October of 2021.
Hmm.
Are you still following some of the principles in the program?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am because like I said, it's made such a big difference. I just want to keep doing more. And then when I started the day, I think it was day 3 to start moving. Um, I wasn't really working a lot then, but I started walking 5 minutes out and 5 minutes back, and I thought, well, that's not much. But I started small, and I did that every day, and now I'm up to 20 minutes out, 20 minutes back, and I feel great.
Wonderful. What are you seeing with your blood pressure? Where are you at these days?
Oh my goodness, my blood pressure is 118 over 76. Normally, sometimes my bottom number is lower, but I'm staying right at 118.
That is fantastic.
I know. My doctor's so impressed.
So you dropped your blood pressure, your systolic blood pressure, well over 20 points. You were running over 150. Now you're running over 120. I better do my math better. That's over 30 points, isn't it?
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tremendous.
And I didn't mean to lose weight. I didn't go into this to lose weight, but I was 182 pounds in June, and now I'm 158.
Wow. So that's like 25 pounds.
You've just given me a makeover. That's all.
Well, this is exciting. And I'm so glad, Opal, that you've been willing to share your story. Let me just ask you one last question. There's a lot of folks right now in October of 2021, they're considering going on this 30-day journey as part of a group program we're offering to people throughout the country, throughout the world even. Would you discourage some people from doing it? Is this just like a program that only certain people should be on? How would you advise people?
No, this is for everyone and every age. It's just amazing. I love the short videos. They're short, to the point, and if you stick with this, you're going to be so amazed. You're going to love yourself again. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more productive and be happier.
Now, Opal, I'm sure there's one last question that people have. And they say, well, yeah, you and Dr. DeRose apparently didn't know each other before you watched the videos, but are you now being paid for this testimonial? Did Dr. DeRose, offer you a new car, a boat, anything like that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, Opal. Hey, thank you so much for sharing your encouraging story with us.
Okay, I appreciate it so much.
Okay, continued success to you. We do have to step away from this segment of American Indian and Alaska Native living, but we're going to be back in today's show talking about a lot of things that can make a difference for you. We're going to be actually sharing in this program some of the dialogue that grew out of, well, the journey, the 30-day journey that a number of people took in October of 2021. You want to stay tuned. That's coming up right after this. I'm Dr. DeRose.